So I think I found a pathway to the divine gods, the Greek ones, that is. I ran this Greek mythology-themed art workshop today, really diving deep into how those ancient stories have influenced art. You remember Jason? That tall, artistic dude with the man bun? He was there too, and man was he throwing out ideas left and right. Talking to him was like sculpting from marble, or maybe Medusa got to him, and boy were manners flopping today. Oliver showed up. Yes, the same Oliver whose usage of color makes Van Gogh look like a kid with a crayon. Having him around added some major color to the palette of our discussions. Remember him? You'll get a kick out of this. We got talking about this Botticelli sketch Nina found. Can't even put a date on it. That's how original it is. We started picturing what a Greek mythology-themed exhibit might look like. Gods in canvas, or mythos in brushstrokes? Which one do you reckon is catchier? Gave me new ideas for my studio, food for thought for our next hangout, perhaps? How about we do an impromptu gallery walk around New York? You, me, the art, and perhaps a bottle of sangria. Nina's roommate made paella today, and now I've got a hankering for some honestly. Now think about this. What if Botticelli was thinking about Poseidon when he sketched that undated piece? Adds depth to it, right? Wild thoughts to ponder on. By the way, did you check out Snarky Puppy? I gave them a try while jamming on my bass tonight. Their music felt like a cool breeze on a hot day. Maybe you'd care to swing by one of these evenings, and we could have a joint jam. Nina gives it a thumbs up, and she isn't easy to impress, mind you. So there's my day for you, awash with gleaming bacteria in jars and dreams of luminescent masterpieces. Wouldn't it be just mind-blowing, like having your own personal artistic northern lights? Nina was all thumbs up for the idea, got her mind racing into overdrive instantly. I'm telling you, that one's a gem. She's even considering, wait for it, an art rave for the project launch. Imagine a bunch of art enthusiasts raving in a hall glowing with bioluminescent art. Each piece of ours would be like a beacon in the dark, showing off its own unique glow, just like each of us. Ain't that something? On a more sober note, though, the whole process is going to be complex. Need to figure out how to integrate the bacteria safely without them corrupting the entire work. And who knows, maybe we'll create a new art style altogether. Bio-expressionism? Or is that too pretentious? And let's take a moment here to appreciate Albert. The man's a genius. Without his insight into this whole bacteria business, I'd be stuck in the dark, quite literally. Don't tell anyone, but I'm already picturing my art shimmering in the dark corners of the Guggenheim. Really crossing my fingers here for this work to smash together biology and art like never before. Before I forget, thank you for your input about mythos and brushstrokes. Really stuck with me. It's got a good ring to it, got its own resonance, you know? In the groove of these crazy art projects and reminiscence, I actually ended up jamming on my bass to some ambient tunes today. It was all around calming, really setting up the mood for the glowing art experiment. Again, imagining a hall imbued with ambient tunes, bathed in glowing art talent, truly a luminous orchestra. Speaking of orchestras, remember Snarky Puppy? I told them about the rave idea while jamming with them last night. They were all over it. By the way, want to join us soon? Coupled with your guitar skills, we could create wonders. Now, wouldn't that be a sight for Van Gogh? On Nina's request, I am officially canvassing you for coming up with a name for this new wave of art. Given your knack for catchy phrases, I figure you're just the right person to christen it. So guess what? In the ever-evolving world of Andrew Green, I ended up taking on a real beast of a project today, a mural. Yeah, a wall-size compilation of all my madness, creativity, and God knows what else. The idea just popped in, like a cork shooting out of a champagne bottle. Explains why I've been MIA, right? Couldn't pass up the chance to capture my creative journey on a canvas, or a wall in my case. Might sound like a child's play, but believe you me, it's a bear I'm wrestling here. Might even drive me up the wall, shoot. The process was like a blender. All the elements and inspirations I had gathered from different art forms over the years went into it. It was like stir-frying abstracts, you know? One moment I was imagining a Picasso doodle, another moment I was visualizing a Warhol print. It was bewildering and invigorating at the same time. Got so caught up with Nina chatting about NYC winter and hot chocolates, I almost forgot to mention. You know how she feels about art, always an eager beaver. We both are creatures of the same species, but imagine the irony, me kneading clay and she closing deals. She couldn't resist asking about the mural, natural curiosity, I guess. Told her about what I'd been up to, and she almost popped like a soda can in summer. Called it a magic touch, flattering as always. And man, this wasn't just brush strokes and splashes of color. It was like setting up a domino display, where I was layering my inspirations and ideas brick by brick. Jazz flowing through the room was the only thing that saved my sanity. Kept popping tunes, grooving, painting. It was like revving up a Harley through a marble gallery. Thrilling yet serene. My life sure is like a piece of pop art, isn't it? Always eccentric. I know sometimes I get philosophical and all, quoting about perspective like art is about stories. Nina was all ears, though. I guess conversations with her are more like French cinema, unfiltered and surreal. Oh, and before I get too carried away, I've got to get back to this mural that refuses to paint itself. Just like an unruly child, needs constant attention.